Kelly, and I am back with another Simon Says Stamp sponsored video. Today I'm going to be using my Zig Clean Clear color markers and one of the Paintables from Suzy's Every Occasion Paintables. This just came out with the my favorite release, and I always love these. I think that these are super cute. They're already put together for you, great card fronts, or if you just want to color, because sometimes I don't want to have to put something together. I just want to sit down and color and have fun. So I did want to have a little something else to my background, and that's where the zigs come in. So this is just clean clear water. I'm working with a number 6 round brush, and I'm putting clean clear water all around the flowers. This is because once I start touching the ink, the zig markers run like crazy, and so I want them to have that nice watercolor edge. I want them to blend out into the water. So as I'm touching the pigment, I'm moving that out until I touch the clean clear water I've already laid down, and then I'm letting the water do the work from there. So I'm not really spreading it myself. I'm letting the water do it so that I get those really pretty edges. I picked some yellows, orange, pinks, just because I knew that they would work really well together. And I'm doing the flowers last because I knew that pink was going to be really overpowering. It doesn't so much bother me because I love bright colors, as you can probably tell from my fingernails in this video. But I think that it's just a nice way to be able to add a little bit of something else to your background. And then I'm just going to take a clean cloth and kind of blot up around the edges because I had quite a bit of water on here. These are really durable though, so you can use them with Copics, with watercolors, with traditional watercolors, with distress inks. I mean, you can do pretty much anything to these things. I don't know. I'm not a mixed media person. I don't know how they would hold up to anything that was like really heavy mixed media, but for most of the mediums that a lot of card makers are using, they hold up just fine. So I dried that down. This is where we are here. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a video of mine if we didn't have some Copic coloring. So I think that it's pretty soft, just the way that it is. But I wanted the flowers to stand out a little bit more, which is why I'm doing the Copics. But if you were just, looking for something that was a quick, easy card to throw together, I think It's Soft is super pretty just by itself. So I'm starting with my lightest color of my Copics and then working out to my darkest. These are pretty tiny images, so there's not going to be really any feathering. I'm going to be able to accomplish all the shading that I need just by doing lines. And the middle portion was pretty large, so I did outline the inside and the outside of it, but for the darkest marker, I only did the outside. And this is because I just didn't want that center to just be bare. So sometimes you kind of have to adjust the way that you color normally to fill the image. These are just like fun, whimsical flowers, so we're not going for any kind of realism here. We're just, filling in the space in the prettiest way that we think. So for each color, I'm going to show you the first one that I did so you can see the color combination. But I basically approached all of them the same way. I'll just show you one of each. And obviously, anytime you have strong color, your paler colors fall into the background. It's the reason why when we're coloring something that is white with Copics, we add the shadows in with the gray. And when nothing else is colored, it looks like we just colored it gray. But once you put in those stronger colors, it does give the appearance of white. This is the same thing with that watercolor background. It appeared to be very strong when there was no other colors competing with it. But now that we're putting down those bolder colors, it's going to fall to the background. It's not going to disappear. It's still going to give some depth. It's going to give some ground to those flowers. So maybe there's the illusion of some more flowers in the background. But it's not going to be as strong as it appeared to be when that was the only color on the paper. For my orange flower, I mixed my families. My lightest color is a Y. The reason that I do that is because of the YRs, or oranges, that I own. The lighter colors are all pretty dull or pretty peach. And when I want a super bright orange, I find that I have the best luck if I start with a bright yellow base. Not because the flower ends up looking yellow, it certainly doesn't, but you need that like undertone, that bright undertone to get a super bright orange, which is always what I'm going for. I don't know that I ever am going for a pastel orange. Maybe I should try that. Maybe that would be something that would be a little challenge for myself to try to color something with pastels. I watched on my retreat, I watched Laura Basson rock some pastels, and I was like, I always go too dark, dude. I never stop where I'm supposed to stop. But hers were beautiful, as you know, everything Laura makes is beautiful. She's awesome. So that's all the flowers, and then I'm going to do the leaves and the stems. The stems, because this is more of a doodle style, Suzy style is usually this way, and I love them. I think they're absolutely super cute. But so the stems aren't consistent. Like there are larger pieces and smaller pieces. So that's why I went to the trouble of actually outlining them with the marker, adding some color right on top of the stems. It's for those areas that are a little bit wider. And then I just flicked very little color from the inside out. So wherever it was closest to the stem is where I put my darkest color. And the same thing with the actual darkest color. And then I didn't even go back and blend these out because the area was so little. It just kind of took care of itself. And you know, I have a problem with shadows. I cannot not add them. Is that a double negative? It's a double negative. I can't not add them. Anyway, I have to add them. How about that? I always have to add them. So I just did a simple C3. Didn't even blend it out. Just something to kind of give it a little bit of depth. I used my YG03 to add some coloring to the letters. And then Suzy did do some little dots in the flowers, which are cute and adds to that kind of whimsical feel. But they kind of got lost in my coloring, so I decided I was going to go back in and just go directly over them and just add the white dots, especially for the pink and the orange flowers where it's a little bit darker. I think it pops a little bit more than the black does. And there were some areas where I added a few more white dots just to give it some balance. I always outline my images, and for this one I also did the lettering. They're a good solid black, but I like a super bold black. How many times in a video do you think I say super? Can somebody start counting and let me know? Like, let me know what the tally is, how many times I say super. Anyway, so I like a bold black line, so that's what I did. I outlined everything. This is the Spectrum Sparkle marker, which was sent to me by a friend, and it does put down a lot of sparkle. However, I learned with this card, it kind of picks up that journaling pen. On my yellow flowers, I had a little bit of black that kind of smeared out. So I will warn you on that. My Wink of Stella doesn't do it. I think that the Spectrum is still good, but I just probably wouldn't use it on a heavily lined image like this. I'd use it on something that was a little bit more open. So anyway, that's the card. I did end up later on adding some trimming it down and adding some strips of paper just for something a little different. And you'll see that at the end of, well, the beginning of the video and at the end of the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.